Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's matchup. This matchup tonight features your La Salette Lions facing off against the Milford Bearcats. I'm Joseph Mackin, and I'll be bringing you the broadcast here tonight with my good friend Kevin Quigley. Kevin, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for another Lions game, starting off the Watsika Holiday Tournament. So the Lions are entering this game with a record of 4-7. They dropped their first 3 games, which were at the Hilltopper Classic, hosted by Schlarman Academy. They won a game against this very team that we're playing tonight, Milford, at that Classic, and then they lost their final game against Schlarman. They moved on to the St. Joseph Ogden Tournament. They lost against Arthur Lovington and Georgetown Ridge Farm, but then they won their last 2 games against Watsika and Schlarman to finish in 5th place. On Saturday, they beat Clifton Central. It was a really close matchup. It came down to just 1 point. And then on Tuesday, they lost against Tri-County. Milford started their season with 2 wins against Fountain Central and Schlarman. They then lost 3 games against Bismarck Henning, La Salette Academy, and St. Thomas More, as well as Paxton Buckley Loda. They beat Westville, as well as Georgetown Ridge Farm, coming into this game with a record of 4-4. So they're at 500, and right now that La Salette's really trying to get up to 500, so a win here would really help us get there.
Absolutely. And so if I'm not mistaken, so Milford, they really blew out Georgetown Ridge Farm, who La Salette lost to by just a point.
Right. They won by 81-50, which is the most points I've seen any high school basketball team around here score in a while. And that was a 30-point margin against a team that we only lost to by 1. So hopefully that doesn't mean anything bad for us. We beat these guys before, and hopefully we can beat them again.
Right. Well, obviously Milford here has home turf here tonight. They didn't have that against Schlarman. Well, sorry, while we were at Schlarman and played there. So I guess we'll see how the Lions perform.
Right. I know personally for me, the last time I was here, it was in 2020, and we saw David Carlisle hit 5 3-pointers. So maybe we'll see a performance like that from one of our seniors, maybe Joseph D'Artola or Steven Deister, coming in to beat Milford on their own home turf.
I hope so. Obviously, La Salette's last game against Tri-County was a bit of a rough game, obviously. It was a team that La Salette definitely should have won. Obviously, with Steven Deister out of the game, it changed how that game looked just from the outset. And we weren't able to see the performance that we wanted from some of the key starters, such as Joseph Martin and Joe D'Artola. Usually we see them stepping up, hitting threes, all that stuff. We weren't able to see that. I think a lot of that has to do with Steven Deister's ability to get the ball and really distribute it well.
Absolutely.
And so I think that it really creates opportunities for those two. So let's hope that tonight we can see that happening and see those two hitting and knocking down shots.
And last game we saw Derwin Wilson step up and hit 2 big threes, and he was playing shutdown D all night. Maybe we'll see a performance like that from one of the other not as well-known starters for the Lions.
Yeah, I hope so. We also hope to see Charles Prather really coming in here. What he needs to learn to do is be able to catch that ball up there, spin around, and score underneath the hoop.
Right. He was able to play our last game against Tri-County, matched up against the 6'6 centers. So this team doesn't have anyone that height. So if he can do it against someone that big, hopefully he can do it against Milford.
So coming out of the national anthem here, we'll hear the starting lineups for both teams.
Tonight's game 4 of the Watsika Holiday Tournament. Tonight's contest
Starting for the Bearcats here, number 2, Sawyer Laffoon. Number 3, Andrew White. Number 23, William Teague. Number 33, Aiden Portwood. And number 40, Nicholas Warren. Starting here for the Lions tonight, we have captain number 10, Steven Deister. Number 11, Joseph Martin. Number 22, Derwin Wilson. Number 24, Joseph D'Aratola. And number 32, Charles Prather. So I spoke with Coach Carlisle, Father Carlisle, right before the game, and he said that the Lions are planning on playing a man-to-man defense here in this game tonight, and he expects that the Milford Bearcats are going to run a matchup zone with a free man on the baseline. So it's going to look like a 1-3-1, but it's not going to be.
Right, right. I'm really glad that Salette's running a man-to-man, because just what I've noticed is that their zones haven't been quite as effective as a man-to-man defense.
Right. I think that when the Lions play the zones fluidly and they do it, I think that can really help. I think it helps. For example, in Schlarman, we have been playing a man-to-man for a long time, and then we switched it up to a zone, and they weren't able to really respond to it because that's not how they have practiced to play against us.
Right.
And so that worked really well. So I'm not saying there isn't a time for a zone, but again, like you said, I am pretty happy that we're running the man-to-man tonight. Tip-off goes to Milford, battling underneath the hoop here. Number 3, Andrew White puts up a three-pointer. Lions are able to get the rebound there, push it up to the court with Joseph D'Aratola here with the ball. Gets it over to Derwin Wilson and Joe Martin now in the corner. Lions swinging the ball around the arc. Over to Steven Deister in the corner, launches a three-pointer, no good. Joseph D'Aratola is able to grab the rebound and bounce pass to Joe Martin. Steven Deister holds it now at the top of the key. Looking for a pass, finds Joe Martin.
I'm really surprised that it looked like for a time Steve Deister was being guarded by number 33, who looks to be about 6'3" or 6'4". At first I thought that maybe it was just maybe a lockdown defender, but then I realized it's that what we thought is a zone, what looks like a zone that defense that Milford's running.
Absolutely, and number 23, William Teague, is able to go up and score here for Milford. Steven Deister brings back one of his own, no good. Milford gets the rebound. Bringing it back down the court here is number 33, Aiden Portwood. Sawyer Laffoon steps into a shot, no good. Lotzla is able to get the rebound. Let's see if the Lions are going to be able to get anything to go here on offense. So far, it's been a bit of a rough start here for the first 2 minutes, so let's hope the Lions can get this figured out.
This game, it doesn't look like Charles Prather will be having to deal with a really big man, because they have their smallest players 5'9", but all the rest of them look to be in about the 6 feet to 6'3" range. Right. So nothing like what we saw on Tuesday when he was matched up against a 6'6" man.
Right, absolutely, and that's going to help because Charles really needs to learn how to get things moving down in the post. And when you put him up against a big man, it's not the best opportunity because that's a really hard matchup, obviously. So hopefully we can see some good stuff from him. Joseph D'Aratola nails a three, and now Milford has it back on the other end of the court. Number 40 drives baseline, gets it over to number 33, Aiden Portwood, who goes up and got that to fall. 4-3 now, Milford up. Looks like the Lions are looking a little discombobulated here on offense. Joe Martin here. We've seen Obviously, Milford isn't too much taller than the Lions, not one of the taller teams that the Lions have seen. However, we're seeing a lot of blocked shots here. What do you think that tells you?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the energy that Milford's bringing, maybe their intensity. But then again, Lasalle hasn't had that many wide open shots. That might be contributing to blocked shots, is that
Right.
they haven't had a really open shot, except for maybe that 3 by Joseph D'Artola. They haven't had any really good opportunities to shoot, and they've, I wouldn't say been forced into shots, but taken shots that maybe they wouldn't have ideally.
Right. Number 23, William Teague, battling for it underneath. He goes up twice, no good. Got a foul here on number 23, William Teague. It'll be Lions ball going the other way. Joseph D'Artola here on the inbound. Gets it into point guard number 10, Steven Deister. Steve pushes it up the court to Joe Martin. Back over to Joe D'Artola. Good reversing of the basketball here by the Lions. Pass to Joe Martin here. Joe gets it to Steven Deister. Steve pump fakes, drives in. Goes up with it. That's good. Lions take the lead here 5-4 with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Milford down the other end. Number 10, RJ Mann shoots a shot. No good.
RJ Mann just came into the game at that last stoppage. He looks to be shorter. He's probably a guard, and so I'm wondering if maybe the coach subbed him in to try and stop the Lions' offense, which is much more of a shooting offense than really playing in the paint.
Excellent job there by Charles Prather. Milford now coming down the other end. Sawyer Laffoon with it. Gets it over to number 40, Nicholas Warren. Number 33, Aiden Portwood with it now. Battling against Derwin Wilson, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Joseph D'Artola. Excellent job by Joseph D'Artola so far this year with rebound. I know he's one of the leading rebounders for the team so far this year, and so it's good to see him being so aggressive under the basket.
Right. He's built very sturdily. He definitely has the body to be able to go up and rebound. That's probably contributing.
Right. I always joke with him that he loves the floor because he loves to just dive on the floor and like just go after the ball. It doesn't matter. It's like the floor is like a cushion or something.
Right.
As we see Joe D'Artola there knock down a three-pointer. He leaves the Lions here in points with 6 points here so far in the first quarter. Number 33, Aiden Portwood puts up the shot. Again, another rebound by the Lions. They've been doing a good job so far here in the first quarter with those. Let's hope that trend continues throughout the rest of this game.
They've also been doing just very well on defense, holding Milford to only 4 points so far. Even though their offense hasn't been there all game, they have gotten some good points, but they've been able to, they haven't had very many, it's only 10 points, but they have been able to keep that from being, too low of a score, right, by their defense.
Excellent job by Steven Deister there, going in, drawing the foul. Looks like the points will not count. Or sorry, I guess that they will. They changed that a little late there. So points count, and you'll be going to the line after this masked timeout. So, Kevin, if you're the Lions, what are you looking to switch up here? Is there anything to switch up? How do you think the Lions have been performing so far?
I think maybe doing something on offense to try and attack the way that Milford's playing defense, because Steve Deister hasn't been getting the open shots that he needs for us to be really successful. His three-point shooting is very necessary for us to play a great game. So I don't know, maybe it's running a set play, or maybe just slightly changing something in the offense to get him away from that one up top on Milford's defense.
Right, and I know that the Lions really, Coach Spezia stresses reversing the basketball a lot, but I think that would work here because from what I've seen, every time we reverse the basketball all the way around the arc, it looks like Milford's defense just kind of bunches up in the middle and leaves a wide open shot for the Lions. So if we could get somebody started and end it with Steve on the end, it should be a wide open shot for him and hopefully an easy 3 points.
Right.
So Steven Deister will be going to the line now after that foul. First shot is up and good. That'll be his only shot there. So Lions lead 13-4 with just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Milford trying to break the press.
I'm really happy at what I've been seeing so far with the Lions because Steven Deister with the breakaway. Shoots a layup, gets his own rebound, misses it, and Milford rebounds. As I was saying, I'm really excited with how well the Lions have been playing so far because La Salette and Milford have played a lot of the same opponents, and in all of the matchups that they played against similar teams, La Salette has lost them all the ones that Milford has won. La Salette has lost against Fountain Central, they've lost against Schlarman, and they've also lost against Georgetown, 3 teams that Milford all beat. So just a win here would be so beneficial, especially since Milford shows itself that it could be the more dominant team, but so far hasn't shown itself.
Absolutely, and William Teague there definitely getting dominant under the basket. He scores an easy 2 points from Milford. Number 33, Aiden Portwood, drives in and puts up 2. The lead now reduced to 5 for the Lions here. Let's see what they can do on offense. Derwin Wilson with the ball now. Brings it to the top of the key. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Steven Deister. Steve distributing, gets it to Joe Deratola. Over to Joe Martin now. Charles Prather with it in the corner. Over to Steven Deister and then to Joe Martin. Joe drives into the paint and pops it back out to Steve. Steve to Joe again. Wide open 3. Absolutely. Joseph Martin there with a 3-pointer. Excellent job here by the Lions to get those open looks to the basket with those 3-pointers. Steven Deister steals the ball and goes up the other end. The lead now at 10 here, 18-8. Clock's winding down here in the first quarter. Number 2, Sawyer Laffoon with it. Gets it into number 23, Teague. Goes up, no good. Excellent rebound, Charles Prather. 19 seconds to make something happen here for the Lions. Jerome Wilson goes up and gets blocked by Teague. Teague definitely one of the taller players, if not the tallest player, on the Milford Bearcats. Number 10 now, RJ Mann shoots the 3. Knocks that one down. Joe Martin here chucks up a 3. No good. So final score of the quarter here, 18-11. La Salette in the lead as we go here into the second quarter. Kevin, what are we seeing? What do we see after that timeout from the Lions that you would want to change?
Well, something that I wouldn't want to change, but that I really like that they may have changed was on that 3 by Joseph Martin.
Right.
The Steven Deister drove into the paint. He pulled the defense in, and then he kicked it out to Joe, who was wide open at the top of the key. So that might be the way to beat this defense, is to have one of the guards drive in, draw that man that's at the top of the key into the paint, and kick it back out for the 3. I think that might be what works, because that worked very well.
Right. Milford, like I said, they tend to kind of bunch up down there low, and so that leaves a lot of open space for La Salette, which is a heavy 3-point shooting team. I would say 3 out of the 5 starters are not, they're really good shooters. Joe Martin, Joe Deratola, Steven Deister. You leave them an open 3, they've got a good chance of making it. So Absolutely. If the Lions can get that working, like you were saying, cut in and then pop it back out, or even just reverse the basketball around the arc a lot, that could work as well. So coming out of the quarter here, we're going to be going into the second. La Salette up by 7 points. Joe Deratola here will inbound. Gets it into Steven Deister. Steve looking for a pass, finds Joe Martin. Joe on the 3. No good, but close. We're seeing Joe Martin's 3s are definitely on tonight, and that's a good sign. Joe's one of those players where if you can kind of get his energy going, he can really get the whole team up and moving, which is something that I definitely thought was missing in Tuesday's game against Tri-County. His energy, it was there. It's not to say he doesn't always bring it, but sometimes it's just really there, and it really shows more than usual. So any of those games, Lions have a really good chance of winning just because it's another senior on the court who's just playing dominant.
Right, I would absolutely agree with that. Especially in that Tri-County game we saw, the first quarter was maybe 20 points scored altogether by both teams. In the first half, I'm sorry. The first quarter was, I think the score was 4-2 after the first quarter. Yeah. The second half, both teams just absolutely lit it up. So if the Lions can get their energy going, maybe we'll have a whole game like that instead of just the second half.
Right. Milford gets it in here. RJ Payne, RJ Mann with the 3, no good. Joe Martin now bringing it down the court for the Lions to Joseph Deratola. Over to Steven Deister to Joe Martin. Lions trying to figure out how to break this Milford defense. Good passing there by the Lions. And it'll get tied up there between Teague and Martin. Jump ball called. It'll be Milford Bearcats ball. Got a substitution here. Sawyer Laffoon in for RJ Mann. Bearcats get it in. We can see the Lions bringing that full court pressure.
Right, that's absolutely something that we haven't seen very much. We saw it a little bit against Tri-County, but that's something which a lot of teams have used quite effectively against us.
Yeah.
So maybe we can use that for ourselves and see if that can really help us on defense.
I would say I got to give credit where credit's due. The Lions have done a great job of figuring out how to break that. I know that for our first game against Bismarck Henning, they brought the full court press, and so Coach Bezier was really drilling it into the players how to break that thing. So we've been able to use that skill throughout the whole season so far, and it's been coming in handy.
Right, just seeing from that Bismarck-Henning game onward as the season's gone, we could barely get it through that press at Bismarck-Henning. And when other teams have pressed us very recently, like Clifton Central, we had no problem getting it through. So I think that's a good job for Coach Spezia and the whole team for getting through that problem and practicing that out and being able to break that press.
Coach Spezia getting a little bit annoyed with the call there. I don't even know what really happened. Joe Deratola was trying to draw the foul, so he stopped mid-dribble, and one of the Bearcats kind of came over him. It looked like it was going to be a fair foul, on the Bearcats, but nothing was called. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I know that William Teague just got an easy look to the basket and scored 2. Lions now with it on offense. Joe Deratola for a 3, no good, a little bit short. And Milford's going to let it go out of bounds. It'll be Milford ball going the other way.
Right there we saw that again when Steven Deister dribbled into the paint and then kicked out to Deratola, who had an open shot. So that's just what I was talking about, and hopefully the Milford, I would say, hopefully they can't catch on to that and figure out some way to stop that, because that's what's going to work for us.
Yep. It'll probably take a halftime adjustment, so I would say just use it while you can, because I don't think that, definitely Milford's coach is no dummy, so he'll catch on to that eventually once we start hitting more threes off of that. So just use it while you can.
Right.
Joe Martin now, the Lions stole the inbound, so they're going to be getting it here on offense. Joe Martin with it, gets it over to Steven Deister. Steve, cross court pass,
Looks like that shot was tipped.
Yeah, a lot of these shots from the Lions are being tipped. Milford, they're a tall team, but definitely nothing to write home about. They're not extraordinarily tall, so.
Right. We've seen taller teams, but no one's been blocking shots this well all season.
Right. Number 23, William Teague, really the dominant player here from Milford so far in the game. He's got 8 of Milford's 15 points. The Lions here, their leading scorer, Joseph Deratola, with 9.
It looks like maybe Coach Spezia is annoyed with Charles Prather. Twice I've seen, it was, I believe, on back-to-back possessions that he got in the way of the pass. One time he caught it and then passed it to Steven Deister, and he just didn't have enough time to take a shot. Another time it almost hit him, but he was able to duck out of the way. So Coach Spezia might just not be happy with him for not having his head quite where it should be.
Absolutely, and Charles, he's a young player, so he's still getting used to playing varsity minutes, and he's got a lot to learn. A lot of these older players, like the seniors, Joe Martin, Joe Deratola, Steven Deister, those guys, they've been doing this for a long time, varsity basketball, and obviously last year, no season really because of COVID, a lot of these younger players haven't gotten the experience that they need. So that's why we're going to be seeing a lot of work needs to be done here with the younger guys, such as Eamon Martin, Charles Prather, Matthew Romero. But that's not to say that they're giving it their effort. Charles Prather, excellent. He's been doing an excellent job of learning and adapting to playing varsity minutes, and kudos to him for that.
Especially as the season's gone on, he's definitely increased his playing level.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still got to learn how to kind of bully people down low and get his way under the basket as far as scoring is concerned. But they've been doing an excellent job of having him. He's been learning the offense, learning the defense, and he's been really rebounding hard. So good job to him so far in this season. Milford comes down, scores an easy 2 points. Let's see how the Lions respond here on offense. Joe Martin bringing it down to Steven Deister. Steve looking to set something up. Lions only up by 4 points here, 21-17. Steven Deister gets it to Eamon Martin. Over to Derwin Wilson. Milford, number 2, Sawyer Laffoon tried to tie it up there, but they were able to steal it.
That was Derwin Wilson's second turnover, but he just got the ball and stole it from Milford and caused them to have a turnover. So maybe he's canceling out his turnovers with offensive ones.
Excellent job with Joe Martin there on the pump fake. Able to pick up the easy 2 points for La Salette. Good pass under the basket. Steven Deister goes up, no good. And good job by the Lions staying out of foul trouble. We've seen in some of the other games that the Lions have been getting into foul trouble, especially some of our players, like some of the older guys, getting into foul trouble early in the game and not being able to play the last couple minutes. Of course, I think I kind of jinxed it there with Derwin Wilson coming down and picking up a foul.
Fouls just can't be understated because losing one of your top players, especially one of the seniors, in those final minutes, which is really when you win the game.
Right.
It's really when you close out the win that just hurts so badly.
So a timeout is called here, and Coach Bates is going to be discussing some stuff with the Lions. It looks, I don't know if I can really put my finger on exactly what it is, but we've been definitely slacking so far in the second quarter in comparison to the first. I think it's a mixture of just not getting the open shots we were getting before. I don't know if the Lions are utilizing what you and I have been talking about,
right.
Like getting in there and then getting it back out for an easy 3.
They've also had a couple turnovers, which and on those turnovers they haven't been able to get back in time. They've been Milford's been leaving a big man across the volleyball line and been able to get it back to him after the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
And if La Salette can get back there, they haven't been able to stop him, and then sometimes it's also just been open. So maybe La Salette needs to leave someone farther back on the way down the court to stop that from happening. I'm not really sure how they would go about that.
I guess that's the question for the coach. We'll see what he does to adjust here.
Looks like number 13, Matthew Romero's in for Steven Deister. So I'm assuming that Joe Martin will be taking over the responsibilities of taking the ball up the court with Steve on the bench.
Coming out of the timeout here, number 23, William Teague, will be shooting at the line. Looks like we're going to have Joe Deratola come back into the game. Teague's shot is good. Joe Deratola coming into the game here for Derwin Wilson. Teague shot, second one, no good. Lions get the rebound here, and Joe Martin takes it down the court. Like you were saying, he'll be taking over the responsibilities with Steven Deister on the bench of taking the ball down the court. Joe Deratola gets it to Matthew Romero.
We really have a young lineup in the game right now. We have Matthew Romero Jr. and then Eamon Martin and Charles Prather, the 2 sophomores, of course. So this is almost a preview of next year's team, what that'll look like.
Bearcats look like they've really been stepping it up on defense here. I think they've been starting to catch on that they bunch up too much. And so we see a lot of these guys extending further out to kind of put some more pressure on the Lions from 3.
That's true. It looks like Milford's running a 2-3 zone now. So maybe that's to just prevent, maybe they saw that La Salette wasn't as big a threat under the hoop, and so maybe they adjusted because of that.
Lions really just moving it around here. They're not going in. Eamon Martin puts up a 3. That one's good. 26-18 now with 2:45 left to go here in the first half. number 33, Aiden Portwood, bringing it up the court. Tries to drive on Joe Deratola. And he hits a 3 over Joe Deratola to put Milford down only by 5 now, 26-21. Joe Deratola into Charles Prather, over to Joe Martin. 3-pointers up, no good off the glass. Milford gets the rebound. Number 2, Sawyer Laffoon with it now. Drives it in over to number 40, Nicholas Warren, who shoots the 3, no good. And then RJ Mann tries to get and go and put it back up. No good again. Lions now with the ball. Joe Deratola looking for a pass, trying to set up the play right now. Gets it over to Joe Martin. Wow, looks like we got a whole bunch of substitutions here for the Lions. It looks like Gus Blood, Steven Dicer, and Derwin Wilson will all be checking in pretty soon. Open 3, Eamon Martin cashes it. Eamon Martin, he's been showing up so far this year as a pretty dominant 3-point shooter, somebody you would trust to shoot a last-second 3 in a game, and so that's good to see. Obviously, the Lions' 3-pointers aren't really a problem this year. We've got a lot of 3-point players, and so I think that if the Lions need to work on something, it's not 3-pointers, it's definitely getting some of those guys like Gus Blood and Charles Prather better under the hoop. RJ Mann, open 3, no good. Charles Prather under the hoop, gets the rebound. Excellent job there. Joe Deratola again trying to set up the play, dribbling, searching the court. And we got a timeout called here by Coach John Spezia. So both Joseph Deratola and William Teague tied here with 9 points, both the leading scorers on their respective teams. Joe Deratola, I believe that all of his points are just off of 3-pointers. We haven't seen any recently, but we know that he's capable of it. I think that his role, he's been kind of filling the role as well of taking the ball up the court, at least in the half-court situations. He's the guy at the top of the key trying to set up the play, so obviously he doesn't quite get those looks quite as much as I'm sure he would like to. But still, excellent job from him so far this year. So far this game, he's been definitely bringing the intensity. He's a player that's not scared of contact, that's for sure. And he does a great job of just guarding his guy, locking him down, and then doing his stuff on offense. He's just an all-around player who's really good to have on the team, obviously.
That's absolutely right. Gus Blood just subbed in for Charles Prather, so it's pretty big shoes for Gus to fill as a first-year player coming in, trying to take over for Charles Prather, who's been doing just such a great job all year under the basket.
Here we go. We can see already kind of, not to diss on Gus in any way, but he just doesn't have that experience, and so we see ball go right through his hands there.
Part of that's also probably just nervousness because Charles has just so much more varsity time than Gus. So just getting out there, just getting used to being, playing varsity,
right,
is probably the most important thing that he's been doing.
I know that he knows the plays decently well, at least from practice. I know he definitely gives it his all, and as far as like trying to get down the plays, but it's obviously not the same going from practice to playing. So.
Especially he's done coming in junior year. He hasn't been playing, freshman and then JV.
Yeah.
He's learning everything for new this year.
Yep.
So his learning curve is just a lot greater than, say Eamon Martin and Charles Prather, who have been here for 2 or 3 years.
Right. So Milford, number 2, Sawyer Laffoon inbounds it to number 33, Aiden Portwood, no good.
Smart play by Derwin Wilson to throw the ball into a Milford player to keep possession with Salette as he was falling out of bounds.
So it'll be Lions ball out of bounds. Joe Deratola will be inbounding. Into Joseph Martin, bringing it up the court now. 3 seconds left, and Joe Martin's going to pick up the foul. With just 2.6 seconds remaining here in the first half.
I think that foul on Milford might actually have been more fortunate for them because I think it'll be much harder for the Lions to get a play start in 2 seconds than
it was
already moving like they were.
Yeah, it definitely was. Joe Martin's going to need to shoot that thing. Steven Deister does. Oh man, that was close. No good, but the Lions still up in the lead now, 29-23 as we go into the half. So thank you so much for watching this first half of La Salette basketball, and we will be right back with you after a short break to give you some statistics. We're back here to bring you the second half action here of the La Salette Lions Milford Bearcats game. I'm Joseph Mackin here alongside Kevin Quigley. Kevin, what have you seen so far from the Lions? What would you like to improve?
Well, I've definitely seen a lot of good shooting. We've been getting more open looks than we were earlier in the game, but our game in the paint is still really lacking. That might just be because we only have, really 1.5 big men with Derwin Wilson and Charles Prather. Derwin does his part, but he can only get so high. He's only 5'10", 5'11". This Milford team is just much taller than him, so there's not a lot La Salette can do, but we can certainly try. I'm not sure if maybe Coach Spezia has some ideas to maybe get some more shots down low, but that's really something that I'd be looking forward to.
Absolutely. And so also we've seen the Bearcats, they've in the second quarter, especially the second part of the second quarter, we've seen them extending out to try to guard the La Salette's three-point shooting. And so I'm just interested to see how the Lions are going to react to that.
Right. I believe that Milford switched their defense, probably, like you said, because of that three-point shooting.
Yeah.
But I think that with all the shooters that we have, we're hopefully just still going to be able to get open looks.
I hope so, but it's going to require a lot more effort than we were putting into it in the first quarter. It's going to take a lot more passing in order to get those open looks.
We're also going to have to be very careful of turnovers. That was starting to be a problem as the second half was winding down.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so let's see what the Lions bring here. Start of the third quarter here with Joseph Deratola inbounding for the Lions.
All the starters are in for the Lions, so that's a good sign that Coach Spezia didn't see anything that he didn't like from all the starters. So
yep.
We have all the talent out there right now.
Joe Martin with it now. Number 33, Aiden Portwood, playing some close defense on him. Joe Deratola gets over to Steven Deister, guarded by Andrew White. Over to Joe Martin. Derwin Wilson with it now in the corner. So, Kevin, if you could tell us a little bit about the third quarter dynamic between these two teams, what are we looking at?
Right, so La Salette really struggles in the third quarter. That's definitely their weakest quarter. Their scoring average is 10.8 points. On the other side, Milford, their highest scoring quarter is the third quarter with 16.8 points. So the averages right now are in Milford's favor. This is probably the quarter where La Salette will win it. So if they can keep Milford down, and historically so far this season, La Salette has just not been able to get it going in the third quarter and has really broken down in a couple games. So
yeah. And
this is the quarter to do
I
it.
think in those last 3 games of the Toyota of Danville Classic at St. Joe Ogden, we were starting to figure out how to come out with a lot more energy in the third quarter, and that was showing us those wins that we had.
Right.
So Joe Martin here coming out on fire. He hits a 3, brings it down and draws the foul on the next possession. So he'll go to the line.
Hopefully this is just signs of that energy that you were talking about from Joe Martin that's so important for the Lions' success.
Absolutely. Let's see him. He's usually a pretty knockdown shooter, so let's see how he performs at the free throw line. First one's up and away. That one's good. Lions up by 10 points now, 33-23. Second one is good as well. So Joe Martin gets 2 points there at the free throw line. Lions bringing that pressure again, that full court pressure. Trapping Aiden Portwood. He's able to get it up. Charles Prather picks it off. Gets it to Joe Deratola. Up court, Steven Deister. Jump shot, no good. And Chuck's able to get the rebound. But again, there we see Charles Prather, not very used to playing varsity. He just gets it and turns around. His first instinct, right? Go there. He should have passed it out, or at least should have taken a better look at what he had going for him.
Steve Deister missed a rare fast break layup. He's almost 100% with those fast break layups. It seems like no matter who's defending him, he just always gets it in.
Luckily, the Bearcats, they've shot a couple threes here in the third, and none of them have seemed to fall. So we've been seeing the Lions have been getting lucky. Let's hope that doesn't change. Otherwise, the Lions are going to have to switch up kind of how they're playing. But so far, good effort here in the third quarter. Like you said, earlier in the season, that seemed to be a problem for the Lions. They were really struggling with coming out with the proper energy in the third quarter. This game seems to not be going down that avenue. So let's hope that it stays that way.
Right, they're stepping up and setting the tone, and Joe Martin especially, he's jumped to the lead for points for the Lions with 10 points. He's the first player on either team to break double digits. So hopefully Joe Martin could just, set that tone and be a leader out there for the Lions right now.
I hope so, and it seems to me it's not always the case with other players. For example, when Steve or Deratola, when they have their nights where they're really on, it doesn't seem to me like the whole team rises with them, whereas with Joe Martin, if for some reason, I don't know what it is, but just in my time watching him, I've seen that when he's performing well, it seems like the team performs well with him.
Right, on Tuesday against Tri-County, Derwin Wilson was playing tremendously in the third quarter, but then Los Salette as a team just struggled.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess that just proves your point that, maybe Joe Martin is just that player that the team kind of hinges upon.
I wouldn't even say that they necessarily hinge upon him to win the game.
Right.
But he gives them like an extra boost.
Right, yes, exactly.
So Milford here, number 3, Andrew White picks it off. Down the court, gets the layup. Joe Deratola inbounds to Steven Deister. Over to Joe Deratola. Guarded by Andrew White. Derwin to Steve. Over to Joe Deratola. Bearcats playing some really, really good defense here. And Joe Deratola, he's got to watch out for that. He's been called for that multiple times, probably, I would say, close to 10 times so far this season, that travel. He likes to really extend his legs out far in order to kind of get a better look, or try to, get a crisper pass off. A lot of the times that results in him dragging his pivot foot and getting called for a travel.
Right.
Bearcats bringing it up the court now, number 40, Nicholas Warren, guarded by Charles Prather. Over to R.J. Mann. Trapped in the corner by it looked like almost 3 Los Salette defenders were on him there. Teague with it now, battling down low. Up, no good. Derwin Wilson jumps and gets the rebound. Good effort there by the Lions to get that defensive rebound. Now the Lions on offense on the other end. Let's see what they do. Joe Martin, good move. No good, however. Bearcats come away with the rebound. R.J. Mann with it now. Searching for a pass. Gets it over to 33, Portwood. Portwood drives. Good job by Derwin Wilson. He tied the ball up there for a couple seconds. And the referees are going to call it a jump ball.
Something that I think has really helped Los Salette so far this game has been playing with a lead, because the Lions definitely play much better when they have a lead to protect and they're not trying to fight back and take that lead. I think that Milford led at the beginning when they made their first bucket 2-0, but I think that since then, Los Salette may have led the entire game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Milford started to come back, and they got pretty close, but then Los Salette has just pulled away again. Now they're enjoying a 7-point lead. Yeah, and what I have realized is that when the Lions' momentum starts to drain out and they're only up by like 2 or 3 points, that's when they start to play, not as well. So yes. That's probably what's led to so many of those games that we've had this year that have just been so close. We've had 4 games that have been decided by 3 points or less, 2 wins, 2 losses. And so they just need to, I think, to play successfully, they need to keep the lead big. They can't get too close to the other team's score. If they can keep a very wide margin, they won't start to slip and get really nervous, and they'll just be able to keep playing at the level that they're capable of playing.
Absolutely. Sawyer Laffoon inbounds it, and he gets it right back. Tightly guarded by 3 Los Salette defenders. 40, Nicholas Warren drives in and picks up the easy bucket. So Lions lead only by 7 now, 36-29, with 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Steven Deister drives, and he's going to be able to draw the foul.
This has been a very clean game so far as fouls have gone. I think maybe in the first half, there was maybe 3 fouls on each team. And that was a problem that Los Salette earlier in the season, especially against Bismarck Hang and Fountain Central. They went into double bonus, and I believe both halves of both games.
Yeah.
That's something that they've really cleaned up as the season's gone on.
Yeah, that's awesome to see, because for a lot of those games, like you were talking about, the ones that we lost by only a couple points, a lot of the time it was because we were missing, one of our star players. Joe Martin, Steve Deister, one of them was on the bench. And as a result of that, they picked up those 5 fouls, and so they had to sit the rest of the game.
Also, those, if you're fouling out, that's a lot of fouls contributing to the bonus. And when you get deep in the game and the other team's in the bonus, if you're down by 3 points and the other team's going to the, to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1, that's a big killer.
Absolutely. And so good job. Shout out to the Lions cleaning up their act here so far. We've got Joe Deratola here inbounding. Deratola slaps the ball. Paula Chevrier and I always talk about how he takes a very long time to get the ball inbounded, and it always really worries me.
Right.
I feel like he always gets it off at like 4.5 seconds.
Right.
So, Lions unsuccessful at their attempt there. Oh, Steven Deister picks it up and makes up for the one that he missed earlier in the game, the other wide open layup. Number 3, Andrew White, gets it over to Sawyer Laffoon. Got the crazies here, kind of teasing the other student section, a lot smaller than our student section, saying that they can't hear them. Obviously, Salette really loves to bring the crazies along, and they bring a lot of energy and enthusiasm to these games. Coach Baser really talks about how much he loves having their presence at the games. Bearcats inbound to William Teague. Sawyer Laffoon gets it over to William Teague. Teague back over to 3. Andrew White shoots the 3, no good. Rebound, lost Salette.
Joe Deratola and Steve Deister are both edging towards 10 points. They both have 9, and Joe Martin's had 10. That's just a great showing by those 3 seniors. Really a joint effort just to keep La Salette. They're accounting for almost about 3/4 of La Salette's total points. That's great from them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see all 3 of those guys performing. Obviously, it's great to see any one of them have a fantastic night where they score 20-plus points. But when you see all of them kind of scoring evenly within that 10-point range, that's really good to see as well.
And we also saw Eamon Martin's back-to-back threes, so they're not just relying on those 3 guys. There are the other parts of the team that are very important as well.
Yes, absolutely. Number 40, Nicholas Warren drains a 3 from Milford, decreasing La Salette's lead now. Lions only up 38-32. Joe Martin has it now. Top of the key, picks up his dribble. Unsure who to pass to, gets it to Joe Deratola, over to Steven Deister. Steve dribbling it out, trying to set up a play here. Gets it to Joe Deratola. Eamon Martin with it now. Steve drives into the paint, and he's going to pick up another foul. Sorry, draw another foul, not pick up another foul. I believe that's his second or third one that he's been able to draw off the Bearcats. So the Bearcats here with 3 fouls in the half. Lions only with 1. Good inbound play. Beautiful pass under the basket. Excellent ball movement there by the Lions. Steven Deister not able to capitalize on the jump shot. Number 2, Sawyer Laffoon gets it over to 33. Aiden Portwood goes up with it and gets that one to go his way. So Milford only down now by 4 points. Let's see how the Lions respond here. Hopefully we're not seeing that third quarter, depression set in for the Lions.
Almost a third quarter meltdown, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. So out of bounds now, so Milford will be taking it out. Aiden Portwood gets it into Nicholas Warren. Good job by Eamon to go after that basketball. It will remain in the Bearcats' hands, though.
He definitely should have hustled getting down that floor trying to save that ball, but just couldn't get there in time, and it rolled out.
Yep. Excellent pick there by Steven Deister. Moves inside. Good pass to Amy Martin. It was deflected, and Joe D'Artolo was able to bring it in. Joe Martin has it now. Back to Steve. Steve brings it in. Man, so many of his shots have been so close. And Steve's going to get called there for a foul. He fouls Sawyer Laffoon. Like you were saying, though, both these teams have been doing a great job of staying out of foul trouble.
That hasn't even really occurred to be even close to a threat
No.
for both these teams.
Eamon Martin gets called for a blocking foul, so both teams now with three. Three so far in the second half. Number 2, Sawyer Laffoon with it. Guarded by Steven Deister. Clock ticking down now. 45 seconds or so left to go here in the third quarter. Number 33, Aiden Portwood hoists a 3 up to decrease La Salette's lead to 1 now. Joe D'Artolo with it now in the corner. Haven't seen a lot of three-pointers here from the Lions so far in this second half. I think they're really adjusting to playing better defense around the perimeter.
Hopefully La Salette can hit a shot going into this final quarter that can really bring a lot of momentum into that timeout before the last quarter.
Absolutely. Let's see what happens here. Joe D'Artolo goes up.
Yes.
Excellent. 1 second left here. Milford chucks up a 3. No good. So going into the fourth quarter here, Lions up by 3, 40-37. They came out really strong in the third quarter. They really played well, and I would say as a whole, on the whole, third quarter, excellent quarter for the Lions. But at the end, those last 2 minutes or so, we started to see the Lions' third quarter meltdown that we've seen so many times. I think that's what we're going to call it now. We have to call it the third quarter meltdown. But they were able to pick themselves up out of it. And so I think that going into the fourth here, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
The fourth is definitely Milford's worst quarter. Their average for the fourth quarter is 11.6. That's 2 whole points worse than any of their other quarters, and they're actually tied with La Salette. The fourth quarter is where La Salette scores their most points. So if the advantage was in Milford's favor for the third quarter, it swung to La Salette's side in this final quarter of play.
I guess we'll see how these two teams perform. Like you said, a lot of these matchups just haven't really made a lot of sense. You know, a lot of the teams La Salette has lost to, Milford's won against, but we beat Milford and we're beating Milford. So I guess we're going to, I don't know, I guess we'll see kind of how the rest of this game plays out. Definitely hard play here from both teams.
Right.
Leading scorer in the game right now is Aiden Portwood. He kind of came out of nowhere in the third quarter and put himself up with 12 points. So he leads, has the most points of either team. Joe Martin has Joseph D'Artola has 11, so he's just behind him. He leads the Lions in points scored so far this game. Joe D'Artola dribbling around, guarded by T, gets to the Derwin Wilson. Derwin dribbles it, gets it to Steve. Steve looking around, finds Joe Martin. Joe drives in, over to Joseph D'Artola, pump fakes, brings it out. Good pass to Joe Martin. Over to Steven Deister. Steve pump fakes and drives in. Shots up, and that one's good. Lions up by 5 now, 42-37.
It looks like they might be forcing Milford back onto their heels a little bit. The Lions just have... I think I spoke too soon. I was about to say the Lions have been doing very well, almost in control of the game, but Charles Prather fouls the Milford number 23, William Teague, and he made his shot, so that'll be an and one if he can make this free throw. His shot is no good. Rebound by Charles Prather, but he throws it back inbounds straight to the Milford player. He puts it up for he puts it up for 2. And now La Salette's holding up into a single-point lead with 7 minutes left to play.
Definitely not a great way to come out here in the quarter. The Lions are, you know, hopefully they don't start playing, I don't know, kind of back on their heels. They have to be up on their toes for the rest of this game. This game is in no way over, and Milford could easily switch it back. Joe Martin travels on the play. That did not look like a travel to me, but.
And that was a really big killer because he passed it to Steve Deister, who was wide open at the top of the key.
Momentum definitely in Milford's favor right now.
Milford's student section is getting really loud. Hopefully the crazies, it looks like the head crazies trying to get the crazies really loud and just drown out that Milford student section.
Let's see what happens here. I can see, yeah, head crazies talking to them. He's definitely, they're getting some game plans. So there are like 2 different games going on at the same time here. So there's a game on the court and then there's the game in the stands. And the crazies, I guess you could say that the head crazy is kind of the coach as far as that game's concerned. So
Milford, I guess you could say, has been coached by a fan who's wearing looks like a referee's jersey.
Yeah.
And he's been going back and forth with the crazies all night. It's actually been pretty entertaining. The crazies earlier were cheering, "We can't hear you." And Milford was just kind of saying, well, we don't
Milford's
really care.
student section is definitely like probably, I don't know, maybe a fifth of the size.
Yeah, not
even
close.
like, yeah, no, probably like a fourth of the size, I would say.
Yeah, a quarter.
So, but we'll see what the crazies bring. Definitely going to have to rely on them to bring some momentum here. The crowd here has been getting a little noisy. So I guess we'll see how La Salette responds to that. Number 33, Aiden Portwood, leading scorer for number 23, William Teague's in the lead as far as scoring goes. Number 33, Aiden Portwood in second place. Gets it across court to number 40, Nicholas Warren, who goes in and goes up. Milford back on top here by 1 point, 43-42.
Right now is where the Lions need to calm down. They still have 6.5 minutes left to play. They played very well all night. They can't fall apart right now, especially when when Milford's just coming back strong and the momentum is really in Milford's favor at this time.
Milford definitely has the momentum going on their side right now. Sawyer LaFoon gets it. Over to number 40, Nicholas Warren. And Joe Deratola takes a charge. Switching momentum there. Charges, they're really something that can kind of get a crowd going. So
very true. Deratola was pumped up after that. He was screaming. He's just, that just signifies the momentum changing that charge, like you were saying.
So let's see what the Lions do here. They're going to have to capitalize on offense if they want to keep this momentum going. Steven Deister here has it. Gets to Joe Deratola. Back to Steven Deister again, over to Joe Martin. Lions playing with it around the arc. Derwin Wilson drives in. Gets to Joe Martin. Derwin shoots, no good. Milford with the rebound. And LaFoon will be bringing it back up. Number 3. Wow, ball goes everywhere from Milford. Good reversing of the basketball there, but number 40, Nicholas Warren, misses his three-pointer. La Salette grabs the rebound.
That was a great rebounding effort by Charles Prather. He just got up and really pulled it down right in the face of another Milford player.
Right. La Salette here with another chance to kind of swing the momentum. They're going to need to score here. They're going to need to find a way to score.
Both student sections are going crazy right now. The sound is deafening.
Man. I'm glad we're wearing a headset right now.
Oh, yeah.
Steven Deister tightly guarded by Andrew White. Gets it over to Joe Martin. Drives in the paint. Derwin Wilson wide open. Three-pointer.
Oh, yes.
Cashes it. Excellent job. Gets that one to go his way.
If you want to talk about momentum shifting, the Charge had nothing on that three by Derwin Wilson.
Lions getting pumped up here. Back in the lead by 2 now.
I'm getting pumped up right here.
I'm getting pumped up. What a game so far here. Excellent effort by both teams. William T. gets it under the basket and puts it up to tie it back up again, 45-45.
The Lions just can't seem to avoid these close matchups. It's like they
know.
love just, like playing for 1 point.
I know. I swear we could play a team of like 5th graders and it would still be tied at the end of it. Bearcats foul on the play there.
Well, I don't think that was a.
Oh.
It looks like they're giving Milford the ball, but I thought that was a foul.
Yeah, it looked like it was over the back.
Charles Prather didn't look happy, so maybe they called him for a travel or something. I'm not sure.
Whatever. It's Milford's ball now. So LaFoon with it, brings it up, swings it to number 40, Nicholas Warren, who hits a 3. Lions down by 3 now. This is, I think, their biggest deficit of the game so far.
Yes.
Which shows just how close this game's been the whole time.
But like we said, this is La Salette's quarter. This is their time to shine. They score the most points in this quarter, and it seems like in every game that they play, this is the most important quarter because they're always playing for the win, even up to the final minute.
Yeah. Good look. Joe D'Artola on the 3, no good. Jordan Wilson with the rebound to Steven Deister. Excellent rebounding game here from the Lions. If there's a takeaway from this game, it's how important rebounds really are.
Steve got a shot block right there, but he was able to get his own rebound. Great hustle by Deister to do that.
Timeout called here by the Lions. I hope that what Coach Basie is going to do here is just kind of tell the players what he wants them to do on offense. They have a lot of work that they have to do on offense. They've been able to score, but only really on just, really like 2-second windows with a 3-pointer. So what the Lions are going to have to do is they're going to have to find a way to either increase that window so that they have better opportunities for threes, or they're going to have to find a way to get into the paint and score down there. So I guess we'll see what offense Coach Basie runs.
I feel like the paint, this is just something that I've been feeling. It feels like the paint might be opening up more for La Salette in this final quarter. So hopefully that'll mean that they can capitalize. Maybe Coach Basie doesn't see that because right now he subbed out Charles Prather and put in Eamon Martin, so it looks like he's trying to attack the threes. But the threes have been what's working for La Salette, so that's probably a good choice.
And
that's
been working for La Salette all season. So I would say that's a smart situation. Situation to be in when you're down by 3 points or when it's a close game at the end. So La Salette trailing by 3 to Milford Bearcats, 48-45, with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left to go here in the game. It'll be Lions ball, Joe Martin inbounding. Slaps the ball, gets into Steven Deister.
It feels like we're just playing for the win at this point, but there's still 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
I know.
That is a lot of basketball that we have to play. The Lions need to be patient. They can't throw up, a stupid shot because they don't need to right now.
Not even a contested 3, I would say.
Exactly.
Even if the 3 is contested, don't shoot it.
Wait for an open shot. Don't give up the ball, and just make sure that you score.
Steven Deister pump fakes. Nice. Lions able to retain possession there.
That was
Joe Martin.
Great move by Steve Deister not to force a jump ball.
Missed 3-pointer there. Bearcats get the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. RJ Mann open there, but passes it up to LaFoon. 3-pointer. That is good, and the Lions now trailing by 6.
Deister's second shot that's just gone in, rattled around, and popped back out. He goes for the steal, gets it, makes his man fall, and makes that layup. What a great move by Steve Deister.
Good job. 4 points now is the deficit. And with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to play, that's a lot of time. RJ Mann gets it over to LaFoon. Pulls up, no good. Milford gets the rebound up, and that's good.
Lions are down by 6 with 2 minutes left to play, their biggest deficit so far. They really need to do a good job of after the shot, make it or miss it. They need to get back on D and stop them from scoring again.
Steve tries to tip it up, no good. The Lions, they're going to have to it takes them too long to score on offense.
I think that's just credit to Milford's defense, making it so hard to get an open shot. Timeout called by Milford's coach.
So 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go here. Lions down by 6.
It's still a very attainable lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely, 1 minute and 20 seconds is a lot of time as far as end of the game goes.
The possession error right now is going to Milford, so probably it wouldn't be in La Salette's best interest to force a jump ball. It'd be better to do what Steve Deister did earlier. He dove on the floor, and instead of trying to hold the ball, he passed out quickly to Joe Martin and got the offense started again. Because right now, giving possession to Milford with a jump ball will be just as bad as a turnover.
Yep.
Because with 1 minute 20, you're probably not going to get 2 jump balls and get the possession back. So
no,
just don't give up that jump ball.
I always feel like all the games come down to the wire. I guess. Well, I just feel like it's inevitable. I feel like La Salette can't avoid it this year. La Salette now picks up their 6th foul. No more fouls to give. Luckily, none of the players in foul trouble, so.
No one has 3 fouls, so.
Lions almost pick off the pass there.
It's going to be 1-1 for Milford because they're now in the bonus. La Salette having committed 7 fouls.
Nicholas Warren at the line. First one, no good. Lions with the rebound.
Lions really need to get up the court fast.
They do, and they're going to need to score fast as well.
A little more than a minute left to play.
Man, standing around and trying to get this thing working, it should have been figured out already. Joe Martin pulls up, no good. Milford gets the rebound.
I think he tried to force that. I don't think that was the right shot to take.
Milford now.
Looks like La Salette might be playing the foul game now, just trying to foul, get the ball back, and go back and score.
We'll see what happens here. Number 33, Aiden Portwood, pretty good shooter, so let's hope for the Lions' sake that he misses here at the line. First one, no good. Lions get it down, and it looks like Joe D'Artola is fouled. So Milford now with 4 fouls.
That's good. They're able to stop the clock. It's better than having to fight for a rebound and waste a precious few seconds in the paint. Timeout called by La Salette. Full timeout.
38 seconds left to go here. Lions down by 6. We'll see what they do.
They're down by 6, and they have the ball. So if they can get down, hit a quick 3, and then get back and stop the ball, they have a chance to still win this. It's not quite out of their reach yet. It's still possible.
Yeah, right.
But they just can't waste time up at the top of the key trying to get the offense moving, then driving and taking a not very good shot.
They need to get the ball, and any time they have on offense is very precious. They can take at most, like 10 seconds to score.
Right. They're also probably going to have to foul Milford when they get the ball because Milford's not going to be rushing at all to score, which means that if Milford makes their shot, that's going to put them, even if La Salette was to make a 3-pointer, if Milford makes their first free throw, that's going to be 4 points. And that's, that you're going to need 2 positions to overcome that deficit.
Yep. Lions' offensive time here is precious. Joe Martin gets it from Joe D'Artola on the inbound. Lions hustling here. Joe Martin to Eamon. Martin in the corner. Eamon gets it back to Joe. to Steve again. Steve launches a deep three, no good. Milford gets the rebound, and the Lions foul.
At least the Lions didn't waste any time fouling there. They got it done quickly.
Warren's first free throw is good. And the second one falls as well. Putting the game just about out of reach here for the Lions. So Martin pulls up and sinks one.
That's only the Lions' 9th foul, so these free throws are still going to be a 1-and-1. Or, I'm sorry, they just put it up on the board. It took a while. They're in the double bonus, so it's going to be 2 shots.
Portwood's first shot is good. Game definitely out of reach now for the Lions. Second one is good as well. Derwin Wilson gets it, shoots it, no good. Bearcats come away with the rebound, and that'll seal the game. A disappointing loss for the Lions here tonight to the Milford Bearcats, 57-49.
La Salette's leading scorer was Steven Deister with 13 points. Falling closely behind was Joe Martin with 12 and Joe D'Artola with 14. Milford was led in scoring by number 33, Aiden Portwood. He had 16 points. Number 23, William Teague, had 15. And number 40, Nicholas Warren, had 14. So that really was what sealed the game. Milford, just like La Salette, their top 3 scorers were 1 point apart, but they were overall 3 points up each. So that's really those 6 points. That's what sealed it for Milford.
Not the game that La Salette was looking for, but obviously there's a whole lot of La Salette basketball up ahead. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5:45 against Westville. The Lions continue here this Watsika Holiday Tournament. So starting off with a loss here, but obviously Lions have been known to bounce back after losses before. So stay tuned for the next game. That's again tomorrow at 5:45 against Westville. I'm Joseph Mackin here with Kevin Quigley signing off for tonight. Thank you for watching.